Hi, this is Sean Dwyer, the guy who's suing Market Basket again, and I'm here to tell you what the case was all about, more or less. The lawyer said, don't say anything that I can't prove, either have witnesses for or whatever, what have you not, and don't mention any names except I can name one of the names in it. His name is Chris Morris, because he's already been named in the complaint. So in order to give you a context into how I feel about all this and why I did what I did, I have to tell you something a little bit about myself. Um, I was the proverbial 90-pound weakling for the longest time. Until 6th grade, I didn't weigh more than probably 75 or 80 pounds. And I was bullied and picked on constantly. Something that to this day affects me more than I would like to admit to. You fear going into school, you fear going into work, you're walking around on eggshells, you can't be yourself. It's a terrible, terrible thing to have to deal with, to live with. And in Market Basket, Chris Morris was bullying everybody, but for the most part, he was bullying one person in particular. And I mean, it was so outrageous. It was wrong on its face value. And I'm ashamed to say that I never really spoke up about it prior to his assaulting our grocery manager. And that's what started all of this. Chris Morris, assaulted our grocery manager. It was brought to my attention. I reported it to the store manager. And the store manager basically said, can we try to keep this in-house and, not get the guy fired and everything like that? And I wasn't looking to get anybody fired. I was looking to see some sort of a response that, he gets transferred or something substantive happens, that this stuff isn't allowed. But because my career path goes through my store manager, I acquiesced to that demand. And I had a stipulation that even if it got verbal in the future, I was coming to him and I wouldn't take no for an answer. About a month later, it started getting verbal again, at which point I went to the store manager and he more or less said, there's nothing I can do about it. Which, I mean, imagine, I was awestruck. I am almost the 30-year manager bringing an assault to the store manager, and he washes his hands of it and won't do anything about it. So I said, fine, I'll talk to supervision about it. I never went out of my way to find supervision because they were typically in there once a week. And a few weeks later, Mr. Gordon came in, and I told Mr. Gordon, and he said there's nothing that he can do about it. Somebody is bullying somebody, assaulted somebody, and they left everything as is. They enabled it, they condoned it, they allowed it all to happen and all to play out. I was disgusted. The fact that I worked at Market Basket as long as I had up until that point, I was betrayed. I felt helpless. There was nothing that I could do for this poor guy. And then about 3 weeks later, they transferred me, the only person who was an advocate for this guy, into another store 20 minutes further away. And that was the basis of the suit, was the harassment part, among other things. There's a lot more about Market Basket that I know that I'm gonna put in the book, and I'm just gonna, at this point, let the cards fall where they may. If Market Basket wants to try to come at me and destroy my life even more, have at it, try it, go for it. I welcome the fight, because what happened is wrong, and I won't be silent anymore. So please like, share, subscribe to these videos. It's not over yet. Come Monday, I'm gonna start doing videos every night, and I'm gonna be telling people what we're planning on doing, how we plan on proceeding from here, because I told my lawyer to drop the case and let them come at me, and we'll just duke it out in court that way, because at least then I'll be able to, that way I'll be able to have everybody's story told. So please like, share, subscribe, send me your stories. The more we remain silent, the more power they have over us. Thank you and have a good evening.